And hello, Internet. Welcome to How Not to End the World, Episode 6. We have an exciting show, and we are excited to deliver it to you. So, without much delay, first off, as always, you can go check the description if you are watching this later on YouTube in the future, and you can click a thing, and it will take you to past all this pre-episode stuff. Second off, we have some more updates to our blog, regular recurring series, GM tips, go check it out. Third, Evan, you have some stuff.
Yeah, so if you were paying attention over the weekend, we kind of sneakily posted a new section in our About section on the website. It is called our Artist Chambers, where we're going to be showcasing the different artists, both visual and audio and other whatever that we end up working with. And so we made our first post kind of celebrating the artists who created these beautiful sigils behind us that we're using, and they're all over the website. They're behind us that we've blown up on big things that we're kind of hanging up, and we'll have them being used in like a lot of other various things that you would be posting into the future. But that artist's name is Joseph Schreffer, personal friend of mine, and he was really easy to work with. So we've got a little little blog spot on him, and there's a link to his art station where you can, where all his contact information is linked and such. And you can just pretty much see a lot of other things that he's been working on. But aside from that, next week, stay tuned because we are going to be posting our Spotify playlist that we've all created for our various characters. And I think it has a lot of different taste involved, given that I know all of us have a lot of different taste.
Also, our characters are very different.
Okay. Last thing we have before we jump into the episode is we are going to be starting a stream syndication type thing with another small stream named Penny for a Tale. Pretty exciting stuff. We're going to be switching over to mirroring our broadcast to their channel starting in February, so just a couple weeks. And then after that, we'll be moving over to their stream full-time. And, you know, same content, many of the same locations, same stuff, just like in a different spot so that we can consolidate viewerships, because being a small streamer is a tough and cruel and vicious world.
Coal mines, but...
For those of you who aren't familiar with Penny for a Tale already, they do a lot of tabletop games focusing on more indie tabletop systems. So if you're a fan of what we put out, they have a lot of very similar content. We're super excited to be working with them.
Yep. And with that, let's get to it. Okay, and we're back. Last time is this note card. We had a fight in the Brinestone district on top of some warehouses and inside some warehouses, and there were more wolfy quove things, and
doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, doors were a problem. Doors were a very large impediment. It was a whole thing.
Those were surprisingly not.
I actually have a poem about that door, if you'd like to hear it.
Always.
It's called The Ballad of King Dorian. Born of elm and sturdy hand, heroically you make your stand. Noble king, standing tall, determinedly you do not fall. But Leshy knows what makes you tick and opens you with a click.
Maybe the most over-sexualized Leshy I've ever seen.
The most over-sexualized click.
I think you're projecting.
Yeah, it's clearly the unlocking of a door.
I mean, I know that gets me going in the morning.
There's a lot you can do while you're unlocking a door.
Not if you're me. I cannot multitask that much. Doors are a challenge both in real life and in game. Bringing us back to the challenge in game where I could not open the door. True.
Yeah. After that, we rescued Sarah from the evil puppies and got some sweet loot before going over to the bar where we had a bit of a plot dump. We found out everything. And by everything, I mean a pretty decent amount of stuff.
We know who all the bad guys are. We're pretty much at the end game here now, so
Yeah, you're like 2 episodes away from being done
We
with the
leveled
campaign.
up to like 18.
Yeah. It was a little, yeah. After that,
That's what got 18. I only got 11.
Well, I can basically phase through walls now, so.
I am a god.
okay. So besides that, there was also some serious conversations by our side, and then finally, Ymitri stalked a person home because that's how he do. He just really wants to break into the criminal underworld via, I don't know, stalking.
Figure things out.
After
Pretty
that,
sure I saw God.
yeah, that happened. Joe had like a nice quiet evening at home. Nothing important happened. It was very peaceful and relaxing.
And then a god appeared and was like, "Bitch, stop."
Hey, pay attention to me though.
It was a little like,
Oh, what
"Bitch,
if I
pay attention
don't?"
to me," and a little bit, "Stop researching what you're researching. That's so old hat, and you're not worthy of it."
Pretty much.
Heyo, she confirmed its existence, which is enough for me.
Oh,
Okay.
backfired real hard.
Oof. I mean, yeah, it's almost like, yeah. Also, there was a conversation with Morok Tombthrust, wherein she was prompted to go find a spell to seek out if people are magic-y, and then also, she didn't really have... She came to largely the same conclusions as the party.
She also told us that the other druid that was sent here to help hasn't been picking up contact anymore.
He's ghosting us. He won't return our texts. He's just... You meet with the guy once, you maybe go a bit farther than you
Millennials.
want, and then
We just-
suddenly
He
you
won't
disappear.
respond to your couriers.
We just keep, trying for ascending, just like, "Hey, it's me again."
Did you get my text? You didn't text me back.
Yeah.
Some
It's
people's
been
kids, I
3
swear.
days. Starting to think that, you don't like me anymore. I'm a little concerned. Can you just get back to me? Thanks.
Yep.
To continue our inside joke of using sending to contact a god and just saying, "Hey God, it's me again."
Yeah, I mean, there is a god
Margaret.
on this plane. They exist. They're just kind of chilling there over in their castle,
Hey God, it's
right
me
for the
again.
sending.
So I stubbed my toe. Can you make the pain go away? That'd be neat.
Way
And
more
yes,
efficient than how clerics do it.
No.
Yeah. So besides that, we also did a meeting between Rhea and the sub-assistant of scheduling to Talisk named Urlai. And you bought her a fancy dinner, and she reluctantly but eventually gave you a meeting with said Talisk.
And
I'm
agreed
pretty
to a
sure-
second date.
I'm pretty
Yep.
sure I stole her ledger and wrote myself in
Yep.
for the meeting.
Yep, that happened.
In pen.
In pen, can't erase me. I'm unerasable.
Should have invented whiteout in this world.
The next.
Why did I forget that?
The next million
Probably do
idea.
that.
It
right
does
there.
exist. It's called.
Nobody tell him prestidigitation exists.
I was just about to say that. Man, you stole my joke.
And I also interrupted Abby, so I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And that's why we learn low-level magic, is so that we can prestidigitize forced meetings away from our scheduling notebook. That's what leads down the long, dark road to wizardry.
That and so you don't have to shower anymore.
True. That is an important aspect that I personally find appealing. This is why I play Fantasy Worlds, is because I get to dream that I don't have to shower. I guess.
That's
Like
the
the wet
dream.
place.
It's more like you don't have to shower unless you're in the mood to shower.
There we go. See, that is the dream, though.
I'm
Then,
always in the mood to shower. It's amazing. It's just hot water from a room in my house. Like, come on.
Well,
it's a hot water closet. What more do you want?
What a time to be alive, right?
Yeah,
truly is the best of
see,
times.
here's my struggle. I'm always like, I don't have time for a shower, and I'm always like, I don't want to be in the shower, and then I get in the shower, and I'm like, I never want to leave the shower. Why did I not want to get in the shower?
Yeah.
Because you know you'll never want
Showers are traps. Because
It's like when you put a box in front of a cat.
I know that this is very off topic, but have you ever done that thing where you do the bath shower hybrid where you
Shower bath, as I cleverly
Yes.
named them as a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
they're awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Who
glad I'm not
hasn't
the
done
only
a
one.
shower
That's like my
bath?
favorite way to experience a bath bomb.
It's my favorite way to waste water.
I'll pay for it right now. It comes out of my landlord's pocket.
Technically, it doesn't waste more water than a regular bath. It just
Or shower.
the water gets
regular
less
shower.
hot by having farther
but
to
it does
fall.
get more person in it. So, like, you know, efficiency.
Well, it gets hot when it gets the person in it, and then it gets hotter when you turn it up.
And then it gets a little weird smelling when you start
This
farting
is
in
a
it.
D&D stream. We're nailing it.
Hey, no, so this is why I put the timestamp in the description is that nobody has
They
to
can-
watch this.
They can skip past the BS.
But who would
all
ever
the shower
want to?
talk.
Exactly. How are you going to get
We're
valuable
brilliant.
life tips like shower baths?
Also, sometimes it's nice to listen to people talking about this because then you listen to it, you're like, I do that too.
Yeah,
get
we're
that.
providing
Agrees with at least
validation.
one of us.
Take that, Mom. I'm not nearly as weird as you implied when I was younger. This is the new normal.
I don't know. I feel like comparing yourself to a D&D podcast for your normal might be
Listen, we're adults
You're
now.
not
and
my
we get to
mom.
decide what that means.
As of yesterday,
exactly the
we're adults.
problem.
All right.
It's not
So-
my fault that my parents made me feel so weird that the only way I can feel normal is by pretending that I'm not human.
Oh, honey.
Oof.
Embrace your humanity.
Back to the recap, Captain.
Yeah, we're getting a little too far into real territory here. So, back to Rhea's not date. It happened, and then she paid for it, and apparently she's going to be the man in that relationship. Yep.
We got really off track from second dates.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, so that brings us to now, where it's the hoof, it's the second hoof of the lake, and yeah, what's going on?
Well, in the morning, on the second hoof of the lake, Ymitri and Pyotr had a chat, and then I think Pyotr was
Yeah.
about to go to his fence.
Yep.
Which we could totally have the boring conversation of.
I mean-
no. I'm paying. You're paying me this much for this silver giraffe. No,
Yeah.
I'm paying you this much.
What
That
if
doesn't
you're
happen
this
on
much, not-
stream, but
Yeah.
please describe your fence, and
Yeah.
you get bonus points for making it as ridiculous as possible.
Can we turn in these bonus points for something that has value later?
Maybe.
It's worth it. Go for it, dude.
Well, my fence is a 5-foot tall goblin, a goblin with gigantism. He has extra little support structures on his legs to keep himself from falling over. He doesn't need them, but he wears them anyway, so that when somebody comes in and tries to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna work you over, then he just takes them off and then proceeds to kick their butts because he's actually much stronger than he looks. He wears white face paint with red markings, part of his goblin tribe thingamahoozit.
So he's a Ravnin goblin.
Yeah,
Yes.
he absolutely refuses to speak in common. He speaks Orcish, he speaks Dwarvish, he speaks Elvish, he speaks Goblin, but he never speaks in common. He understands it, but he just refuses to talk to you. if
He
you talk in common.
exclusively speaks in Celestial.
Yeah, you know what? Yes. Is that ridiculous enough, or should I keep going?
That's ridiculous
name?
enough.
What's his name?
Oh, his name is Tormod.
He's got to barter with dragons in
Or
Draconic.
Mod.
I was really hoping you were going to say his name was Qui-Gon Jinn.
Okay, I'm just going to stuff that character in my back pocket, and 3 episodes from now.
I hope that was the first time you were ever hearing of that character. Good.
I made it up, and it was the first time I was ever hearing of that character.
Good.
Okay, so you go talk to Tormod, and yeah, he accepts your trinkets and tries to lowball you, but you eventually squeeze the appropriate amount, which is whatever I said it was worth last time.
Like 800 or something like that?
No.
It was
No.
400. Because I wrote down
No.
80.
Oh, yeah, it
5
was 80.
divided
Yeah,
by
it was 80
40
gold
is-
pieces worth
It's
of
not
trinket.
80 per person, it's 80 total.
In that case, I totally miscounted.
Pretty sure you said 400 total, and then we divided it into 5. Because I remember it being a really high amount.
You said
No, it was
something
80.
about catching us up to speed on.
Yes.
It was
And-
80. I found my notes. I said I found 80 gold pieces worth of trinket, full plate armor, and a +1 short sword that I gave to Pyotr.
Yeah, so I'm going off of in the game mastering section. It basically says give the entire party this amount of gold. Adjust.
In that case, I'm
And I
wrong.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
What's
Um,
80 divided by 5?
80 divided by 5 is 20. No, it's not 20.
16.
Cool. So we got
Maybe longer
16 gold each.
That's right.
We each got 16 gold.
I'm going to also
Fuck yeah.
buy from my fence a short bow and some arrows.
Wait, how much can we sell full plate armor for? 'Cause nobody uses
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's a good point. I'm also going to try and fence the full plate. I will look that up right now.
I've got
Okay, just as long as you don't go sticking your nose in the wrong place. Get it? Cause arrows.
Oh, you're talking about the arrows, not the full plate. Okay.
full
Yeah.
plate would sell for 15.
And that divides
Into 3 each.
Often
So we all
five.
get 19 gold. 1 gold away from it being such a pretty number. It's okay though.
This had. Here we go. Yeah, it's. I'm going off of the table on page 509.
Excelente.
It is definitely accurate that this game values money wildly different from 1E. Like, holy shit, there was some catastrophic deflation between, like, whatever the Inner Seas World Guide and the Age of Lost Omens.
I think at some point they decided to use silver as the standard as opposed to gold. And then, also massive deflation. But that accounts for 1 order of magnitude at least.
Oh god, I feel so sorry for anybody in debt. All of a sudden, they just randomly wake up owning 10 times more than they did yesterday.
Oh.
God, that was a terrible time to buy a house.
Either that or the opposite, where you're like, wait a minute, I bought this I bought this at 10 gold. You're telling me it's only worth 10 silver now? Bastards.
Well, no, the house would be worth 100 silver, but the debt would be 2.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, okay, so it'd be worth relative to. Anyways, both of those things can technically be construed as accurate depending on how you look at it. Not important. Anyways, the fencing happens.
Next time I see every one of you, just assume I give you the money if I forget to mention it.
Yes.
It's already in my inventory.
Pyotr uses magic pockets to distribute money to the party.
I'll wire it over by
Yeah.
ATM. Automated transaction magic.
Okay.
All right. So
actually what that stands for.
So I have like a whole list of things that you all have planned,
Yeah.
and there's some ordering, but mostly it can happen in any order.
I
So
know.
what happens
Sounds like the
next?
decider should decide things.
Okay. Well, we have Pyotr going off to Madame Zilstra's.
Oh.
Hey, Lysta, let's go let's go meet Ymitri's foster mother, I guess.
Is this where I get to finally figure out what an orphanage is?
I'm sorry, I could not hear you, Lysta.
Is this where I finally get to figure out what an orphanage is?
An orphanage is a place where orphans stay.
What's an orphan?
An orphan is someone whose parents are missing or dead.
Aw, that sounds sad.
Yes, it is. And it's not so bad.
She's the headmaster.
The ghostly voice of Ymitri echoes in Pyotr's head.
Foster
Actually,
mother is
she's
someone who adopts the orphan, who becomes the foster mother. So
Not technically.
does Pyotr look like he gives a shit?
Fosters don't adopt.
no.
Well, there you go.
Foster until
Yeah,
an adopt.
fosters don't officially. Usually, you foster before you adopt.
Or you foster until you can find a more permanent home.
Yeah, it's just not what she does.
I mean,
Okay, but it's also not what you're saying it does either, so that's fine.
also,
It's fine. She runs an orphanage.
Yeah.
We got
Does
you.
run the
she
orphanage.
basically functions more as like a surrogate mother.
So as this fascinating non-discussion is taking place,
Totally not
Pyotr's
using
gonna
that time to
escort
edit
Sasha
sound
over
levels.
to Morok Tomb Thrust, all 5 yards to get to that place. And I don't get doing anything too weird and magic-y. I want to still have a home when I come back.
Okay, I'll be sure to take good care of her.
Thank you. Alright, Lysta, you ready?
You both head off into the... What time is it? Like,
Midday.
okay. You both head off and head over towards the other poor part of town, where you quickly and easily find Madame Zylstra's, both by the directions given by Ymitri and by the ever-increasing concentration of young, kinda like dirty-looking children who are running around in rags.
Street rat, take that.
Riff raff.
Hashtag not Pyotr. Okay. You eventually arrive at Madame Zylstra's, and you can tell it because it's this, like, large stone building that looks like it hasn't been cleaned or anything in ages. It's really dusty and smoky, and, there are some structural deficits, but, it's there. It houses children.
As we pass by, as we start seeing more and more poor children, I'm gonna whisper to Lysta, keep an eye on your pockets.
I will keep an aggressive eye on my pocket.
Speaking of, what are your passive perceptions?
18.
16.
Okay.
But I'm a rogue. So I ain't falling for shit.
Some harrowing music for
We'll
walking
see
children.
about that now.
I will take my coin pouch and put it down my shirt.
Okay.
One of them will try for it anyways.
I was gonna say, now that's just begging for trouble.
But it'll
Now
be a
the
lot more
teenagers are
obvious
interested.
when they try to go for it.
Fortunately, neither of you two detect any assailants on your way, so...
And then I can go back to the old shocky hands.
What is it with you and shocking children? Every time.
Maybe.
What is it with you and being shocked by her shocking children?
What can I say? It's
Shocking.
Well, I mean, it's either that or slapping them, and I don't really have great aim when I do that.
I definitely
you'd
thought you were
hate
going to
to
say I
miss.
don't want to get my hands dirty.
Filthy child. Pulls up Emperor Sidious, lightning.
I mean, kinda though.
Except at the backhand, it is like, I don't want to dirty my knuckles today. Zap.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Anyway, knock on the door.
I just took a shower bath. Excuse me.
This structurally sound?
Yeah, you do kind of notice that the door is kind of wobbly as you knock on it, but It swings open, and you see in front of you this large open area where there are little children just like running all over the place, screaming, throwing balls, like being little kids.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say throwing feces.
No, it's not that bad. And you see a very elderly woman who, like, she's clearly in her 70s, but you kind of get this air of her that she's just kind of like stuck in time. Like if you went 40 years back or 40 years in the future, she'd look the exact same. And she's kind of reading a book quietly and looking up every once in a while.
Well, I will walk over, and I'll see if she notices me on my way over.
She does not pay you much notice. You can roll a perception to see if she saw you, though.
8. So, probably not.
20, not natural.
Okay. Lysta, you noticed that she was aware of you as soon as you walked in, but does not seem to be too concerned by your presence. Which is weird because, you know, you're an elf. Everyone's concerned by your presence.
When I go out alone, I'm pretty sure I'd get arrested.
Considering I'm a half elf who looks really freaking elfy, I'm probably not the best escort.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up near her and kind of clear my throat. Madam Zolstra?
Yes?
I was wondering if I could discuss something with you in private.
Oh, well, she kind of wearily stands up and, you know, does kind of a stretch to loosen herself, kind of, I don't know,
I'll offer her
boldly.
hand up.
She accepts it. Very well, follow me. She kind of follows you back and hobbles into the back of this large area towards a room that opens into what is basically like a broom closet, but with a desk and just papers everywhere. And she sits down on the far side of the desk and gestures to two very plain-looking chairs that you question whether they'll hold your weight. Please, sit down.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I will sit down in the chair.
Now, what can I help you with?
Well, first of all, I was wondering if you were familiar with the Twisted Fang.
Go ahead and roll perception.
That's
I'm counting on you for this one again. I rolled another 8 total.
25.
Okay. So, Lysta, you catch the flicker of recognition sweep its way across her face before she quickly shuts it off and goes back into nice old lady mode. I'm sorry, I'm afraid that the name means nothing to me, but can I ask who you two are?
Well, I'm pretty sure you do know. And we're friends of Ymitri's.
Ymitri. Oh, right. Yes, that young boy. I remember him. He was always a good child. Got into trouble, but ultimately a good influence.
So, back to what you know about the Twisted Fang.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm not quite as spry of mind as I used to be, but I'm afraid that it wouldn't be wise for me to tell you too much.
Well, seeing as they seem to be trying to destroy this town, I think it's wise if you tell us as much as you know.
Okay, go ahead and roll a diplomacy check.
Let's use the sparkly dice. 16?
No, I'm sorry. I don't think I can help you outside of telling you that they are a group of, they help some of the less fortunate in this area, although I have the sneaking suspicion that it's for their own ends.
I'm gonna kind of stand up slowly. I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to be perfectly honest with me. Are you in any way associated with them?
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Let's see if I can roll something above a 2.
Nope.
Can I
I rolled a
assist him?
6. That fills out to 11.
Can I assist him?
Rolls are hot tonight.
How are you assisting?
Also intimidate. I'll cross my arms and start doing a little crack.
No, we
with my
need to have good
fingers.
comeback. This is great. I like this.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an intimidation with a -2 since you're not really saying anything.
I'm threateningly crackling lightning in my fingers.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just cracking your fingers or something. That's better. Go ahead and roll an intimidation.
Natural 20.
She's crackling her fingers.
Natural 20!
For a total of
just do it.
25.
Can we use it for a roll instead?
For a total
Fine.
of 25.
Fine. Okay.
Wait, really? Oh, sweet.
Calm down. We don't need any trouble here. I guess I can tell you what you need to know if you are really so insistent. Anyways, there was a young man a long time ago who used to be my ward. His name was Brandon. He said that he wanted some information on some of my children and where they were staying after they left, and I gave him this information. We had a hole in the roof that we needed to repair, and the mold was getting quite bad.
Go on.
So, you sold out your ex-wards to people that turn people into monstrous fish people.
I'm afraid I don't know what you are talking about. As far as I knew, he used this information for recruitment into the Twisted Fang.
6 and 1, half dozen another. These people you've made a deal with are, well, as you said, dangerous.
Well, I am sure that they can care for themselves. The names of the people that I gave were strong.
Would it be possible to also get those names?
Might I ask what you intend to use them for?
To make sure that they're still alive.
To see whose side they're on.
Sure, although I'm sad to say that it might be a little outdated at its point. But she goes
A lead is better than nothing.
and rummages through the papers, and you get 17 names. You see that they're all names and locations of boarding houses over the city and stuff like that. Of interest, which you don't know that they're of interest and that they stick out. But if you showed them to Ymitri, for instance, the names that would stick out are Mowgli, Nathan, Farah, and Sarah. And of course, you recognize Sarah.
Well, I've also come with a bit of an offer.
Oh?
These people who are supposedly trying to help your ex-wards are using them for their own end, turning them into, as my friend here said, monsters, and turning them to the worship of the Ashkin pantheon.
Oh, that's unfortunate to hear.
And they're now preying upon the other poorly off members of the city. So I'd like to offer an alternative.
Yes.
I'm trying to work on something to give gainful employment to those who would be coming out of situations like this, so they don't need to turn to a group like that.
Okay. What did you have in mind? Unfortunately, many of the people that are in these halls are not quite of the age where I am comfortable with them working.
Well, it would be after they would leave your care or when you could no longer take care of them. If they're fine here, then that is fine, unless this group starts coming to prey upon them directly, in which case, well, we will intervene.
Do you have
As
more...
for the exact manner of employment, I need some time to set it up, and I feel it might be better if I don't tell you all the details. Just in case, for their safety.
I'm not sure that I am comfortable with this arrangement as it stands, but I will be sure to keep it in mind.
Well, based on what we've told you, is it really worse than the alternative?
I'm afraid you haven't really told me that much.
I'm going to turn to Lysta and say, should we bring Sarah next time? And she can see it for herself.
Might help.
Well, I will be sure to keep this in mind in any case.
Yes, well, please do.
Yes. Before you go, so might I ask for a small donation? We are running short on food supplies this month, and we also have to repair a wall that a child broke the other day.
How much do you need?
15 silver would be very appreciated.
It's 10 silver per gold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pull out 2 gold and put it on the table.
Thank you very much. The children will appreciate your contribution.
I'll add another 2 gold to that.
Thank you so much. This place is very hard to run in my old age, but the children, seeing them, it rewards me so. And it's only because of generous donations like this that I have any hope of keeping it going these days.
You not have some of the old former wards come in to help out?
Alas, after they leave, they get lives of their own. They stop coming around. We do have some who help out, but they're mostly useful as protection and stuff like that.
Well, at least you have some protection. Right, well, we'll be back with Sarah so you can see with your own eyes what the Twisted Fang does to people. But until then...
Very well. If it's anything that might upset the children, we do have a back door that you can go through and bring her in.
Duly noted.
Okay. She kind of like stands up and makes motions for you to leave, as if this thing is over.
And I will leave.
Yeah. In the meantime...
And as we leave, I'm just going to keep an eye out for any kids who seem to have particularly deft hands or are particularly sneaky.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Are you trying
Nat
to
2.
collect children?
Oh, that is just a super creepy way to phrase it.
1, thank you for that, Lysta. 2, I didn't roll a nat 2. I rolled a nat 3 for a total of 9.
You're really distracted today. Apparently your drinks yesterday got out of hand and you just didn't realize it.
Hey, Pyotr does not drink on the job.
No,
He wasn't working yesterday. Never mind, ignore me.
It was at the
distracted, very distracted. Can't
at
even
the
remember what he
fight
did
bar.
yesterday.
Yeah, so
Fight club.
there you go. There's our explanation. In the meantime, Rhea and... Okay, so we already know what Rhea is doing. Ymitri is working?
Not today. I have a day off.
What are you doing?
So I went out stealing as normal. So
As one does.
I went to commit crime.
regular day off for Ymitri. I generally still head to Wet Hook just a few hours later than I normally would for work, because I still cross paths through. I think it's one of the districts that has a lot of the farmers markets, and I eat and I get food and I go help out a few other people that can't move around as easily and get their own stuff. So after that, I kind of looped around because I figured that I'm not going to catch this guy outside of the Charging Stallion in the morning time, so I'll go in maybe the early afternoon and he's there for lunch. So after that, I will make sure that I pick up at a few mangoes on my way back, and stop back at my place, and I'm trying to make sure Rhea is not there when I get back, because I want to leave these mangoes inside of the place.
Okay.
I go
yeah,
knock
that
on
just
the door.
Sure. You hear Satina answer. Yes, what is it?
Hey, Satina, is Rhea here?
No, she's still out. She has that meeting.
Oh, good. Could I come in for a bit? I wanted to drop something off.
Yes, just a sec. You hear some rummaging, and then, okay, come in.
Hold on, I forgot something. I'm gonna run to my room, grab something else, and then run back. And I come back with like a basket, like a knit woven basket, and there's like a full block of cheddar cheese that I found, like in good quality, good shape. It's nice cheese, and I put 2 mangoes in there, and like a towel that I found. And it's a clean towel. And I just go put it on where I think she sleeps.
Well,
Okay.
Sarah's been staying with us, so my bedroll is on the floor in between the 2 beds in our room.
I thought you
Oh,
had bunk bed.
Ymitri, Rat will get
yeah,
that.
it-
You don't want to leave it down there.
Still on the floor.
Well, could you just make sure that she gets it?
It'd be really weird if it was between
I
the two.
mean, it's hard to just.
Just
Let me
kinda
just
like
leave a
a
note with it
hammock.
then, and I'm gonna just put from Ymitri to Rhea on it.
Yes, I will keep an eye on it. I have nothing to do for the rest of the day.
Okay. And are you okay, Satina, about this? I mean, it's been kind of obvious. I like her, and I mean, we've got a long history, but living with her and everything like that. Like, I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Yes, don't worry, Ymitri. Whatever was there is not a factor anymore. Go ahead and do whatever you like to this girl.
I didn't say it that way, but sure. See ya.
She
and I'll
kind of rolls her eyes
leave
at
and
you.
head towards the Charging Stallion.
Okay.
Miracles do happen.
Yeah, what happens? So you go to the Charging Stallion.
Yes. So I was told by the guy stalked home last night, Harold, that there's a guy out that would be wandering around outside of here named Varys that was a participant in the secret meeting he had that I followed Harold from. I'm looking for him.
Yes. So you look around and you see roll a perception. Can't just give it to you. That'd be crazy.
What's this for number? 20.
Yeah.
Alpha I see.
You do, in fact, see a guy that seems to just be like loitering in a very conspicuous way, and it matches the type of person that you might assign the name Varys to.
Yeah, I'm going to just mosey on up to him.
Anyone ever told you you look like a Varys?
I mean, like, okay, so the name's Marin, so like it's a Marin guy. He has like, typical some rings going banded in his hair and like some decorative jewelry on his hands.
I'm not Mon, so I can tell Mon people apart pretty easily because I can be like, that's pretty small difference that you have from this person. But yeah, I find the dude. I'm gonna walk up to him.
Yeah, what do you want?
Oh, hey mate, I didn't quite catch what you said. But is Varys your name?
Who wants to know?
Well, I do. My name is Colin Decree. Nice to meet you. I hold out my hand to shake.
He shakes. What's your bluff DC?
18.
18. Okay, Colin.
And I'm going to withhold some information from you because I do want to keep you safe because really I need to talk to people above you. I don't mean to.
The laugh
offend.
is in character.
But just to be straightforward. What was that?
Oh, he laughed in character
Okay.
when you said to protect you.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to work my way up to investigate some things with a group called the Twisted Fang, and I know that name can kind of ring some bells. But specifically, I'm wanted to know if you had a way into the ladder of either the Twilight's Cudgel or Buckle and Swash.
Okay, so he kind of gives you a look up and down and kind of like warily looks you over, and he's like, you know, you really shouldn't go around just throwing out names like that, but if you, he's referring specifically to the Twisted Fang, but for the Tarnus that you mentioned, they both have their respective offices in the Rhinestone district for the Buckle and Slosh, and then just look for a burly guy carrying a sword if you want to get in touch with the Twilight Cudgel. Lots of tattoos. They're just kind of around. You'll see him.
You got names of either of these fellas, specifically the one for the Buckle and Swash?
Well, so I know that the captain of the guard in the Wet Hut district is Kelix. Not Calyx, Kelix. There's a difference.
Okay. Okay, I was just saying.
You said in the Rhinestone district?
Yeah.
Okay. In the Rhinestone district.
He's a pretty tough guy. Respects,
Yeah, I don't care
strong
about
people.
that.
You might want to, maybe carry a bit more on you. Catch my drift.
Yeah, you don't necessarily know who I work for or what I am, so that's why things are kind of under wraps here. But if that's all the information that you have, and I believe that's all I kind of needed from you, I believe
Yeah,
we're done here. Varys.
Sure. Get lost.
Right. Colin. Bye.
That happens.
I'm just gonna step away.
Okay. Sure. I was expecting you to try and get in with Zaya, but that is also fine.
Well, you said that the Zaya works with the Twilight Cudgel in the Mulgrave district. So
Okay. Yeah.
I start from the bottom to get up here.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Now we here.
Yeah.
Anyways, Milo, what are you up to?
Yeah. Milo is inspired, and he is working up a storm in his alchemy workshop, for pretty much 8 hours that day. He's gonna be really hard at it. He might, if he feels up to it later, go out and see if he can scrounge out a recipe for a new mutagen. But other than that, he'll be crafting.
Okay. Sounds good. And are you still crafting the elixir of life that you mentioned?
No. I decided instead to craft giant centipede venom. So I already paid the down price of 4 gold, because that's half of 8, which is the price of 4 of them.
Okay. Yeah, and then you rolled off screen. So Milo is indeed inspired today, and he puts his best foot forward. He is just like constantly coming up with new ideas and ways of doing things. Like, oh man, if I set the burner just a bit lower, then that'll speed up the chemical process and stuff like that.
It'll speed up the reaction of the catalyst, and then I'll get a cleaner dispersion rate.
There we go. That's the chemistry speak I can't do.
Sorry, that
It's
hurt
all
me a little
wrong.
bit.
It's all wrong.
Oh, that hurt me a little bit.
Hey, I'm a programmer. You know nothing of pain. Every single movie that even touches computers.
What if I hack the mainframe?
Those don't even exist anymore. Nobody uses mainframes.
On a serious note, you might like the
technically-
movie Kung Fury, because
Oh yeah, I've seen
cool.
Kung
Hacker
Fury.
Man.
It's
Technically,
beautiful.
nuclear weapons were still stored on floppy disks as of last
honestly,
year.
more secure.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it doesn't connect to the internet and nobody knows how to touch it, then yeah, it's secure. Can't touch it if it speaks in 16-bit COBOL.
It speaks cobalt.
Ah,
Is that a sub-dialect? 16-bit cobalt?
yeah, you're gonna be meeting some pixelated
Hello.
kobolds later. It'll
It's
be
like a
great.
bit crushed version of Draconic.
Yeah.
I only
Lots of
speak
bleeps and bloops.
64-bit. Cobalt, I can't translate.
Don't know the
It's
Nintendo sound chip.
it's just a series of nods and shakes.
Oh, and don't forget those like old school computer beeps that are just like single monotone beep, boop, burp.
But it's faster than that. It's.
Fascinating
Sorry, I
stuff.
spaced out for like 30 seconds. What the?
Milo's inventing robots.
Yeah, we got here
Wrong
from
one.
centipede poison guys, so that's a thing that happened. Anyways,
I meant to while I was look for your recipes while I was at the fence, but it's been a week, so I forgot.
That's fine. I was looking for a recipe for infiltrator poison and a recipe for a bestial mutagen.
okay. Yeah, like this is for future reference.
Oh yeah, for future reference, like Milo's looking for those.
Okay. Moving on. That is basically all of y'all's full days, and the sun's.
Oh, I was gonna go to the Grindstone District.
Man, you've like done a lot of walking today, buddy.
I was also going to try and stop by the hold on, I've got it somewhere. Big wave.
Okay, yeah, so sure.
I'll give her back up.
Yeah. I like how we just automatically get to have 3 people in any scene that relates to Lysta's thing, because you always travel together. Okay. So yeah, you head over to the Big Wave, and it is in the Alarin district. So, you know, kind of
Nice.
unfamiliar. He kind of gets some eyes from passing guards every once in a while. So can you roll stealth?
Oh, sure.
Can I roll stealth?
That.
Let's find out.
See some smoke.
25! We're good!
Natural 20.
Yes,
For a
that
total
will
of 26.
be good. So you stealth good and keep the cloak up and manage to like hurriedly walk off before any Tarnists get any ideas. And then yeah, you make your way all the way over to the Big Wave, which is kind of this like kind of it's a large establishment made primarily of wood. It kind of smells like, you know, like there's a soft sea breeze, even though you're further away than you'd expect to still be able to smell that. And as you walk in, it is relatively crowded, and there is a very large, smiling man behind the bar.
I will walk up to him and just say, Corvus was, I don't remember.
A halfling guy?
Yeah.
Walk up and just say, hi, I'm looking for somebody who is staying here by the name of Corvus.
Corvus. Let's see. Yeah, I think I have a Corvus here. He's room 3A, just up there.
Alright, thanks. Gonna go up to 3A and knock on the
Okay.
door.
You knock on the door, and you hear, just a minute, and then some scuffling, and then the door opens. Yes, can I help you?
Is this the same?
This is the same Corvus Drake.
Hi, Lysta again.
Oh, right. You'd think I don't remember. You do kind of stand out.
Yeah. I was just talking with Morak, and she said that you hadn't responded to her last couple missives.
Interesting. Especially since I haven't heard from her. Go ahead and roll perception.
20 total.
19.
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth.
Odd, she said she had made an appointment with you and you didn't show up.
Well, whatever happened, I didn't get such a meeting with her.
How have you been communicating?
It's very sketchy. She's been sending. I've been using my animal companion Hawk to talk to her. Here he is. What's a good hawk name? Trilby,
Steady.
come here. Trilby the hawk lands graciously on his arm. Do you want to meet our new friends? Kind of like holds it up to you.
Is that it?
Oh, isn't he so cute?
What sounds do Hawk makes?
They either scream really loudly or they just look at you.
Yeah, I feel like that's what they do. Like, really loud.
Joe's just gonna keep his arms crossed on his chest. He's not gonna make any move toward or away from it.
Oh, not a fan of birds? Well, that is fine. Go ahead, Trilby, back to your post.
Can I make a note of what this bird looks like?
Yes, it is a very splendiferous hawk with brown gold feathers and sharp blue eyes.
Alright,
So your hawk can carry messages for you.
Yes.
Is it physically like attached to it, or
Yes, I usually ties a knot to Trilby's leg. It works out relatively well.
until recently, evidently, because there's been all kinds of communication
Also,
problems.
Trilby usually lets me know if something has gone wrong. After all, actually, just a few days ago, he nearly had some communication intercepted when he was on his way back. Strangely, I think it was actually a Druid who might have been interviewing. Trilby mentions that there were some vines that tried to entangle him.
well, just as a warning, it seems that the blood tides may be magically being created by a group in the city.
Oh, that is no good.
Would you mind?
Especially since, actually, I consulted with some of the druids from the Ring Daeson back home, and they sent me some very unfortunate news. Particularly, apparently the shamans were asked about the blood tides, and they consulted with Hortus and found out that they link back to something so terrible that even Hortus refused to say its name. Suffice to say, it seemed pretty not great for the city, or maybe even more.
That was my concern as well. Seems that it's being created by a group that is heavily worshipping
Ashnikor?
yeah, Ashnikor.
Yes, that does not bode well.
You know if they have druids on their side? If there were any druids who worshipped the Ashkin?
Well, of course, Hortus was not a druid exactly. He was a dryad, but they were allied and have many similar powers. And of course, there are some druids who would prefer that Toans not inflict their industry on the environment.
Actually, that's kind of what Hortus's thing was the destruction of civilization.
Yes, he had some ideas that weren't very compatible with humanity, but we look past that.
I see.
You can go ahead and roll
Okay.
perception if you want.
Guess what I rolled?
2.
2.
He is
Nice.
actually
Whoa.
pretty widely accepted into the Toan pantheon these days, though.
Yes.
He's not considered an Ashkin god, really.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if the
Need to
druids might
actually
be more
establish whether I
divided.
give you good or
Or
bad
do you even-
information.
What side the
first.
druids are on?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
No, but-
Yes, you think that Pyotr, you specifically think that he might be, covering up for some maybe not so great beliefs about whether or not Toans should exist. Just as a thing.
So, Corvus,
Yes.
whose side are you on?
Well, I am on your side, of course. All of us druids need to work together. At least those are part of the Marid, I don't remember what you called the broader organization of druids, but
I remember that.
the druidic organization.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if he's lying.
Yeah, you already rolled perception though.
I thought this was a distinct, separate thing.
Sure, go ahead.
I didn't roll.
You'll have to
Did you roll
switch
14?
topics after this though,
Okay,
if you want to roll again.
14 total.
Okay. Yeah, you suspect that, like, maybe he does think that druids need to work together towards some ends.
Interesting. Well, I think I've said my piece. Lysta, do you have anything else?
No, I just really wanted to make sure that you were okay, since Morlock seemed to have such trouble getting in contact with you. Just wanted to make sure that nothing happened, since you had some concerns when I last met you.
Yes, it is very troubling that I've had so many issues since I've gotten to the city, but then again, I never really did take well to busy places like this.
I
But,
understand.
of course, you know how that goes. Anyways, is there anything else you needed from me?
No, that's it.
Very well. If you have anything else at all, feel free to stop by again.
Alright, thanks.
Okay, so you all head out, and as you're heading out, you get stopped by the large, cheery, apparently slightly like New Jersian or something accented bartender, and he's like, "Oh, hey, wait, before you go,
Yes?
so it's kind of weird, but I got this this note from a guy and said to give it to 2 elves who walked in here later." And I was like, "Hey, don't get any elves, but here you are, so figure I might as well. Sorry, I forgot."
Grimaces about being called an elf, but says nothing.
I'll take the note.
Okay, I will put it up on the map thing once I remember where I hid the map toggle. And then I will get rid of myself and bring up the map.
I'll try and read this.
Yeah, I wrote it in nice big handwriting, so that you only have to deal... wrote it in nice big handwriting, so you only have to deal with my crappy handwriting instead of it also being tiny. So, Pyotr and Lysta, the strangers you trust carry daggers, while those draped in suspicion hold only fig leaves. Cast your aspersions at the strangers you've let in, but welcome those outside in with open arms. Signed, the one who watches the fire.
After I know Lysta's read it, I'm gonna fold it up and stick it in a pocket.
All right.
What?
After you've read it. After you've read it.
But I took the letter from the guy, was holding, and you just took it.
Oh.
It's weird.
I mean, would you prefer to hold it? I can give it to you. Pulls out, hands it over.
Take it and put it in my pocket.
There we go. Now you have it in your pocket.
Okay. With that, you return back to your place.
Yes,
The sun-
and on the way, I'm just gonna quietly say to Lysta, I understand that you think we're on the same side because you think you know where your Druid order is, and if that changes...
You seem to misunderstand a couple of things here. The circle that I work for isn't the same as the circle that Mordok is a part of, and it's not the same as the circle that Corvus is from. We all live very different lives under very different rules. We just come together in the common understanding of nature.
I understand that, and if I didn't at least somewhat trust you, I wouldn't be working with you at all. But I'm just going to give you a friendly warning. If you betray me, I will kill you. If you hurt Sasha, you will wish I had killed you.
That was intense.
But, like I said, I do trust you. Somewhat.
Knife in his back right now.
And Pyotr will walk off as if nothing is wrong.
Okay. Oh, buddy.
Lysa's just gonna kind of mutter to himself. Maybe I should see if Milo had that extra room.
Okay. So...
Like actual running water.
So, Rhea, you arrive back at your place of residence, bunkhouse, I guess.
Called the tenant house.
Tenant house? Yeah. You arrive back at your tenant house.
It's my home. It's where I live.
Home is in there, kind of.
Home is where my
Home is
heart
where the heart is.
Yeah.
Physically, right now, when I'm at the tenant house.
That's
So,
where you poop.
Milo's house. It is then. He's got running water.
can't let people know that. They'll just want to use it.
Hey, I was in the neighborhood.
I really hope you're stocked up on air freshener, because...
Oh boy.
I actually have a distillation that I just drip onto the water beforehand, and you don't smell it.
Oh no.
Oh boy,
It's something about surface tension.
oh boy, do I have a load to drop. Can I use your bathroom? Heard you have running water.
Just keep the door locked.
I apologize to all of our listeners and viewers, but also no, I don't.
Also, brace
sorry, not
yourself.
sorry.
We like poop jokes.
You knew what you were getting into. You're watching this willingly. I
Poop
hope.
is funny.
You're doing
is.
your duty.
Anyways, so you arrive back at the home place.
Yes.
And you see Satina look up as you walk in. Oh, by the way, Ymitri left a little gift for you. It's over there on the dresser. You see the aforementioned,
Gift basket.
previously described, yes.
Cheese and mangoes.
Cheese, mangoes, and in a found towel. Cool. I'm going to discard the towel.
You said it was clean.
That's
It is a
fair.
clean towel.
Okay, what color is it?
It is blue. Light blue.
Great choice. All right, cool. Well, I guess I don't actively have a towel in my supplies, so I will, instead of throwing it away, I will fold it carefully
Douglas
into my
Adams would be
backpack,
ashamed.
All right.
so that now I am prepared for anything. And then, how many mangoes are there?
There's 2 mangoes and 1 block of cheddar cheese.
And is Sarah here too, or is just Satina here right now?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm going to look at these
Welcome
two.
home.
It's good to be back. I'm gonna look at my 2 mangoes and my 2 friends and think really hard about how to share this number of mangoes with the other people in the room. I think
Don't worry, dear. I just ate.
Cut them both into thirds.
Yeah. Okay, so Satina already ate. So I'll just give one to Sarah then, and then I'll cut the cheese in half.
Oh, thanks.
These are my favorite. Have you had them before?
No, but it looks pretty good, although they might smell a little fishy.
I smell them. Do they smell fishy?
No.
I take a bite. I eat the mango. Alternating with cheese. And it's tasty.
Yep.
Unless it's not tasty. Unless it's a rotten mango.
It tastes fine. It is the mangoiest mango you have eaten today.
Mango is among Rhea's favorite things. So if it tastes like a very mango-y mango, it does not taste fine. It's awesome. Okay. Just pure joy. Think a 6-year-old on Christmas morning sweeps across my face slowly, and I'm just I went to the fanciest restaurant probably in the entire world today and had lunch, and this is better. And then oh right, I got Ymitri lunch. And then I'm going to immediately open the door and go across the hall and knock on his door.
What time of day are you getting home?
It's I imagine it's evening to nighttime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sun's down. It's somewhere in there. Kind of all blurs together.
Hello? Oh, hey. You're back.
Hey, I got you something while I was out today, and I'll just brandish soup at you.
Was this from your meeting or something?
Yes, we went out to lunch to celebrate that I got a meeting with the councilman himself next week.
Oh, is this mine?
Yeah, we went to, what was it called? Oh, it was so good. It was Dolores in the Valsai district.
Oh yeah, I don't really go up there. It's
Yeah, I was really
have stuff like this. Yeah.
It was really fancy. Really fancy.
Yeah. Oh, well, are you hungry? Have you eaten yet? I mean, you obviously ate, but how long ago was it? Do you want to share some?
No, I'm okay. I just had the mango that you gave me.
Oh, nice. You found my basket.
Yeah, it was such a good
I
surprise.
thought,
That was
they
so
would
nice.
eat it before you got home, but no. But I just, was thought about you this morning, and you like mangoes and such. And
Well, and I asked you to get me one.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I got you too.
I know. It was so nice because that meant I had one to share with Sarah.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Satina said she didn't want one because she had just eaten, but I don't know. She might have just been being nice. She's very nice.
Yeah, she is really nice. It's why I'm still friends with her. Anyway, how was your day? Your meeting went fine, I guess. You have extra food and everything. Like, did you learn anything?
Yes, I learned some things about Councilman Talisk. That'll help me be more successful, I think, with the meeting. Like, for example, did you know that if I can make him see his benefit, he's more likely to agree to do what I'm asking?
That would make sense to me. So, like, just like gets in their favor, and then like they'll help you out more.
Exactly. Like, I need, like, obviously he wants to help the people, right? That's obviously his goal. But if helping the people also helps him, then it's like there's no reason not to.
How is he exactly helping the people? Is he like one of the people that helps get people food and things?
I wanted him to look into the disappearances. We've been gathering leads, and I can give it to the Council of 17, and then they can step in. And
no, I think that's a good idea. I've been trying to talk to people too. Kind of on the other end of things.
What did you learn?
Well, I figured that like maybe if we get names of people that are part of like maybe recruitment or selling like propaganda for the Twisted Fang, you know, convincing people of all this stuff, like if that stops, you know, less people heard about it, then you know there won't be any new recruits and it'll just kind of dwindle away.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like how no one goes to the monastery for free food because they don't know about it, so I'm telling everyone about it, but in reverse.
So if, you know, we make it so that no one has access to information about them, then
they won't be able to lure anyone in.
Right, and I figured it's something that, you know, we could do here on the ground without, like, you know, getting ourselves hurt or in trouble, and, you know, get back to our normal lives afterwards. But I got this name of this guy named Kelix or Keelix. He's the captain of the guard in the Brimstone district with Buckle and Swash. So I was gonna like I don't know, maybe tail him, see if he talked to like a recruiter or something, and then we could get information. I can get information that way, or I don't know. Kind of just want to shut everything up down on the street level.
But what if you get caught? Should I come with you?
I mean, if I get caught, then you would get caught. Like,
well, I think.
So I'd rather me like, you know, just kind of get into like thick of it alone. But I mean,
what if you get caught and then and then you're outnumbered and surrounded by them?
I don't know. Maybe I'll run it by like everyone that's kind of been working with us when we meet.
Oh, you'd rather go
later
with
at the end
else?
of the week.
Okay.
I can just tail the guy, but like.
No, I get it.
No, we can tail him together tomorrow, like after work or something.
I mean, if that's what you think would be best.
Well, I don't know. Did you have something else in mind that?
I just worry about you when you go alone.
Aww.
Aww.
Kind
you hear like, awes coming from the other side of the door.
Divine intervention.
No, I'm speaking specifically like, you know, you're both in Ymitri's place now, right?
Yeah. Oh, so Sarah and Satine are listening at the door.
Yeah, and my roommate's definitely not here.
Oh my god, how are we supposed to go back there?
Well, I mean,
some giggling
I don't really
starts up over on the other side of the door.
Take you on like everything I do. Like sometimes I feel like, you know, when we made up names for ourselves, I had to do that today, and like I kind of did it on the spot. And like if I did it on the spot and you were with me and you didn't like catch on right away, you know, we'd blow our cover and, you know, have to catch up, and then two of us are just kind of in a pickle that, you know, one person doing it alone could have prevented. But I know what you mean, and I appreciate that you care. It's like different. I've just usually been alone.
I'm
kind of.
This is my first time ever being alone. I'm so glad I have you with me. Scary.
Aww.
Go away, Satina and Sarah. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill you.
Are you
Okay.
Do you hear that?
You hear no footsteps.
Does the door open into the hallway or does the door open into the room? Into the
I think it
hallway
opens
would
into the
technically
room.
be against the fire code, but I
But
don't
also,
know if that
it'd be
exists in
funnier,
this town.
so it opens into the hallway.
Damn it, I wanted to open it really fast and have them fall forward.
Oh, I was thinking you were going to open it and push them back.
Both are funny. I will do whichever one is designed for the order that the door opens.
Fine. Yeah, you open the door and they both just kind of like tumble backwards. Oh, no fun.
Were you two there the
Remember,
whole
I
time?
know where you sleep.
No, totally not. We were just walking by.
I mean, come on, we're just talking and stuff. Like, can we get like a second? That's why we came into my room. Like, did you two
No,
want to talk
nobody
or
gets
something? You can
privacy
use my
here.
room and we'll go in yours, but then, doesn't make sense that way. Anyway, I was kind of just telling Ray I was gonna be in for the night, kind of thinking about things. So, actually, Ray, if you wanted to stay in here for a little bit longer and we can, I don't know, hang out.
Oh.
What would we do? Do you have cards?
I've got
Yikes.
cards. I think so, and I'll go over to my
Okay.
chest.
Okay, we're gonna fast forward now.
Yeah, no, we won't
Yeah.
RP
That
us
is
playing
that
cards.
is the natural transition point where
Play cards.
yes, you spend a lovely evening playing cards. What card game do you play?
Strip poker.
No, I
Obviously.
teach her this new game called Sneak, where it's kind of like it's similar to poker, but it's a lot more fun, and you
Where
can use
he
it
tries
to
to
as a drinking game or like as something else.
Just tries to sneak into your pants.
Yikes.
I'll
Yes.
teach you guys in real life.
As
A skirt.
Rhea, or not Rhea, as Satina and Sarah return to their thing, Satina calls back. Now remember, Rhea, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Do less than I would do. And then the door closes, and that's what happens. The sun rises the next day.
We wake up in our own beds.
Good morning.
I wake up in my bedroll on the floor
Yeah,
of my own room.
and I'm in my room.
Yes.
Milo walks downstairs and starts making breakfast. He'll then eat it and go upstairs and take a nice warm shower.
So it's the scythe today now?
Your ivory tower.
It is the site,
do I
yes.
I work in
Things
the day.
that we know are happening today are... So, Rhea, you have a meeting with Nala, and that is it.
Yeah.
At work.
Before I leave for work, I'm going to say to Lysta about what I said yesterday. Sorry,
Aw.
got a lot on my mind. Was not called for.
Were you picking on her?
Yes, terribly. I am the biggest bully in all of Maros.
Come on, Lysta, you gotta stand up for yourself. You can take him.
I would deny it were it not true.
Well, I have been a bit crowding you guys, and Milo did say that he had a spare room, I'm pretty sure, so...
No, you need to stay with us. Dad, don't let her leave.
Hey, that is approaching on some very dark territory. She can go where she
Huh?
wants to go.
I mean, I guess the light's off, but like,
I'll still be
We-
around.
we can get lamps.
It's just this is a small space for 3 people.
Actually, I'm gonna kind of like gesture you over and lower my voice such that Sasha can't hear. So, how much do you know about Morok?
Nothing.
Okay. And Node yesterday has me a bit rattled.
Stop talking about me. I can hear you.
Oh yes, we're talking about you and your new boyfriend. Ooh.
Shut up!
Actually, speaking of which, I almost forgot. Almia brought this back, but it's not really my style. Why don't you have it, Sasha?
Oh, this is so pretty!
She puts it. She puts it on. It's like way too big for her.
Looks over at Lysta, which is the.
I'm gonna wear it every day, unless you leave, in which case I'll never wear it because you'll be dead to me.
That is going.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Jeez, we're all having emotional outbursts lately.
She gets it from somewhere.
No?
I wouldn't let myself be spanked, thank you very much.
I like my hand where it is, thank you. To my body.
I feel like
Tusks, half orc.
I'm very confused by this dynamic at the moment.
Going good, Jess. Anyway, I gotta get to work.
Alright,
Later.
bye.
Okay, I think with that we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna get back, and then we're gonna do some more stuff. This time on the scythe.
Yeah!
Yes.
We'll get to the plot eventually, I promise.
Doing
Hey,
stuff on
We
the
have
side.
relationships to develop, people to meet, and doctors to entice.
What do you mean entice?
I don't know.
What?
That just came. It was a
Wait.
word that was floating, and I grabbed it and put it
Wait,
out there.
does Milo have a love interest I don't know about? Because I'd be all about that, though.
It's Ymitri.
Oh, I always wanted... They'd be such a cute couple.
Who?
I just
Worried.
eternally
Like
ship
that.
Evan and Joe's characters. It's fine.
There's will be back. As soon as I find the intermission button. And we're back. Weep, for you are assaulted by finger guns, and take 66 damage. Okay, so
3d6.
I mean, you know,
I just rolled 10 on the dot.
and I got another 13, so like, yeah. How much level 1 characters start off with?
Like 14,
That kills-
so we probably
yeah.
did.
Yeah,
That kills
okay.
a D6 character.
Anyway,
That kills a sorcerer and an unlucky cleric.
Damn, I rolled
Let's
14
stop
damage.
murdering our audience with finger guns.
yeah, you guys should really like tone it down. They're only level 1. You can only do so much.
Maybe just one finger gun or a finger slingshot.
I mean, are finger guns an unarmed attack? Because then it's non-lethal damage.
Here, I'll just shoot them very poorly.
Well,
That's a
then,
kill shot!
I watched the movie Wanted. That's a kill shot.
What
Curved
is... Okay.
man,
So meanwhile, back
we're
in,
really good at this tonight.
I'll do
back
it
in the world
upside
of
down.
Toa.
Yeah. Back in Unatoa, where there are no guns yet. Yet.
Milo, get on it.
Yeah. So sunrise, there was a conversation between Lysta, Pyotr, and Sasha, and what else is going on?
Walking to work with Rhea, probably.
Yeah, I'll walk with you to work. And then the whole time we're walking, I'm just talking about how nervous I am for my meeting with Nala today.
Oh, you'll be fine.
But
Yeah.
I guess I did make progress. I do have a meeting with an actual councilman. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, and how about this? Oh, I kind of slept on what you were telling me. Instead of stalking that fella I mentioned, tonight, how about I can bring you to kind of where I grew up, but
You want to show me your home? Or like
well-
your old home, where you used to live?
it's a place that I could use a lot of help. You know, I know you're trying to like do stuff during the day and things, and you don't always get everything received properly, like that you're looking for. But the people here would, you know, accept any kind of help you had, even listen to
I'd love
advice
to
you
go
gave
with you.
and such, probably.
Ymitri, that
So-
would be awesome.
How about then let's meet back at our place. When I get off work, sometime around like 3 or 4.
Okay. How many people stay at Madame Zylstra's usually?
It kind of changes all the time.
Is it like 10? Is it like 15? Is it like?
It's been that low before.
Is it like
It's
30?
probably around 30 right now.
30 people. Holy smokes. Okay. All right. We'll do that.
Okay, so, meet back at the place, not here after my work time.
Okay. Yeah. I'll meet you at home.
All right. Have a good day, Rhea.
Bye.
Aw.
Waves. Skips away.
Okay.
That was so cute. That was so cute.
You two are so wholesome. It sickens me.
Well, she is.
And here,
I
all
will
I
drain
get.
the demon from your soul, Ian. Just give me long enough.
Sure.
This is just a really complex.
You get
exorcism.
adorable conversations. I get death threats.
There is no romantic subplot there.
I know.
Nailed it.
Threw that one away.
As much
real
as
fast
Sasha
and
keeps
stopped
on
it.
trying.
I'd still prefer to not get the death threats.
Me too.
Yes. In his defense, Pyotr apologized. He realized it was out of line.
I also
Okay.
don't like death threats.
So, Ymitri, you have a day at the docks. It's another moderately exhausting day, both emotionally and physically. More pissing
fucking-
contests. More.
DJ never showed up to work again. He's playing hooky for like the second time in the last 3 weeks. He's probably over at Pyotr's place day drinking, but I can't go check on him. Because I'm fucking working.
Yeah. Give him a break. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I know that. He's like the only guy who's here that's not a dick, but I mean, he kind of is for skipping out and making me do all the work.
Ah, you're tough.
Well, fuck you. And I'm gonna walk off.
Fuck you.
Hey, that's $10 off your paycheck. Gold,
You're
silver,
not even my
copper.
boss. You're just
Copper
the guy
is the
who,
right level.
writes stuff down when we're not around.
Anyways, you don't actually lose money off your paycheck. He's just
Better
angrily
not.
threatening you.
Intimidate.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Sure. No, I'm not. Yeah, and I just look at him. I don't say anything. Because I have intimidating
Come
flair.
on, Ymitri. According to the rules, you have to spend 1 whole minute of in-game time
My
RPing
feat
with the
says
person in a
otherwise, but I
threatening
rolled a
fashion.
23.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough. He's like, or no, okay, never mind. Quickly backs down. Rhea, you are going to the monastery, the Temple of the 17th Sage, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Yes.
That is the name of it.
And
And I'm trying to coordinate it so that I have like a meeting there, and then I can also partake in like the monastery-wide lunch service.
monastery-wide lunch service. Okay. Yep, you can do that.
I can eat there whenever I want. I just choose not
Can
to
I
show them how
also
capable
go to the
and independent I am.
monastery-wide lunch service?
You
Yeah.
can certainly try.
I mean, you can certainly. Do you
I've
have
been
any?
telling all the people that they can go there if they need food because we
And-
feed the public.
I'm
as
just
part of our
curious.
Okay.
I've been to
So,
the monastery before.
did you want to have the lunch be before or after the meeting?
I kind of think like lunch first, but I could go either way. I don't really care.
So, you get to the dining hall, and it's this really large area with some very decorative pillars and long wooden tables that kind of splinter into your ass whenever you sit on them, but it's home for you. You're used to it, and you see this
I know
long.
exactly which benches to sit on them, exactly which way.
There's this long line that curves from the very front of the hall where there's this giant pot of stew, and most of the people in line are other people at the monastery, other monks, but, you know, there are a few people who are clearly from outside the order who are there for charity's sake.
Do I see anyone that I recognize from my recent
Perception,
efforts?
and then diplomacy.
Okay, Dice. I know we've had a long and rocky history.
Roll diplomacy to convince your dice to roll well.
Nah, diplomacy is retroactive.
Reet picked one out. It was sparkly and pink, and it was a 3. What was I rolling first?
Perception.
Perception. Yeah, so that's a 6.
Okay, now roll your diplomacy.
My diplomacy. Reet gave me one of hers. And it rolled much better. That was a natural 16 plus my diplomacy skill brings it to an unnatural 20.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
Blue dice, of course you would work for me, blue dice.
you
My theme.
do not, or you see a couple of people who you recognize.
Okay.
You think. It's kind of like borderline, but
Well, if I get the opportunity to say hi to them, I will.
okay.
I will ask them an embarrassing number of questions about their day.
Yeah, you actually pop in line right behind this, like, guy with a really scraggly head of hair and, like, a big, thick, burly beard.
Okay.
How are you enjoying the
Sounds
mashed
like you're
potatoes?
describing me, not my character.
I was thinking more like,
Found Dirty Joe.
no.
I'm sorry, Joe.
This is a Vezin man who looks to be more in his 60s or 70s rather than his, 20s.
So it's just future you, Joe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Come on.
At least I'm
Come
holy.
on.
Dear future me.
How is your day going, kind sir? To show deference, he's my elder.
Long day.
Oh, I believe it. It's always unfortunate when it feels that way this early, too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the sun's already, just risen. I already feel like I can go to sleep.
The day of the scythe, am I right?
Yeah. Anyways. Kind of like angles himself away from you doing the whole body language.
That whole I don't want to keep talking to you.
Yeah. Milo, you come into this hall and you see the long stretching line and go ahead and roll perception.
Cool.
I really hope you don't roll low because that would be sad.
I actually rolled a 23.
Okay, you immediately pick out Rhea and this man who does not want to be conversed with.
Oh, well, I will walk up and jump in line by Rhea and greet her warmly. Oh, good morning, Rhea.
I turn around. Milo,
Line skipper.
nice to see you. How fares your day?
Fairly well so far. I haven't heard any word on the repairs at the clinic, and I was struck with inspiration and felt like seeing what it was like to be a holy man. Figured I'd come to the church and see what it was all about. Would you care to show me around?
I would love to. I do have an appointment a little bit later, but if we eat really fast, I bet I can do both and not even be late to the second thing.
I could wait until after your meeting is over.
That would
it
probably
give
be-
me time to look around on my own.
That would probably be better. I'm really not supposed to be late to these weekly check-ins.
I definitely understand.
They're really important, though. Like, really, like, my future rests.
I understand. I went through a similar apprenticeship when I was learning to become a physician.
Really?
Every procedure was watched over by at least 2 knowing physicians already. It was a very arduous process.
I hate when people watch me that closely. It makes me feel like I'm gonna screw up. And then that feeling like I'm gonna screw up sometimes makes me screw up.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits, though, is that when I'm done, now that I'm in that place, I'd feel much more comfortable being observed.
Are you often observed as you work?
Not much anymore, unless I need assistance, but
And you
Most of the
just
time.
never need
No,
an
I-
assistant anymore?
there is a fair number of times when I do.
You know who might be really good at that? Lysta knows so much about different types of herbs.
That definitely is handy, especially when making poultices or small capsules to help fend off infection.
She might be able to help you.
I will definitely consider that. Thank you. Just another wonderful way to... My life has been going better in past recent days, despite some stress.
Well, you know what I find to be really good for stress? Meditation. I say as like one of my former superiors is like passing.
Okay. They kind of give you a look, and do they recognize the ploy? Go ahead and roll, like, a diplomacy, I guess.
Do they recognize
19.
me?
Well, are you ever in the area? Question mark.
I mean, probably, but I haven't been in the monastery.
Okay, they do not recognize you then. 1, 2, they kind of give a slight approving nod and then continue walking on their way.
Meditation. I have not considered it.
It's very stabilizing.
I'm not
on
even
your
sure I'd
energies.
know how.
Anyways, as you're talking, this man who earlier didn't want to be talked to, like, turns around and a look of recognition suddenly sparks into his eyes. Oh, Dr. Adkins!
Oh, hello, Fredericks. How are you?
Good. I actually was thinking of stopping by later today. See, I got this foot thing, and he just kind of like starts.
Oh, indeed you do.
I will step in and like firmly, but not rudely or aggressively grasp like his ankle or hand or whatever to stop him, and I'll say, "Good sir, this is a dining hall.
Oh, but no, it'll only take a sec.
We don't expose our bare feet here."
Fine.
I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my instances of swift alchemy to make an anti-plague for it.
Okay, yeah.
To cure his
This
condition.
is just like some simple foot fungus, so
Yeah,
it's
I'll get an easy a quick fungicide.
He's got peasant's foot.
Yeah,
you always carry a couple vials on you because this is not the first time this has happened.
yeah. I'm like, oh, not a problem. Do you have 3 silver? And I'll hand him the vial.
I'm a little light today, actually.
That's fine. You can always make it up to me when you're able, and I'll give him the little bottle.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. So you all go back to the dining experience, and you get your food, and it's kind of this bland potato and rutabaga stew.
It's very hearty,
Yes.
warm.
You eat while making polite conversation.
I pull a pepper out from my coat pocket, chop it up, and add it to the stew in front of me, just to give it a little bit of kick.
Okay.
Booyah.
Yeah. And
I
that
look
all-
around to see if anyone catches him. I'm like, that's naughty.
Oh my god, you're so innocent. Can you be even a little bad, though?
No.
Just like-
threaten to kill somebody if they mess with you just at once. It sets the tone. I swear.
Just here's the line, and you just need one little toe over. Just one little toe.
I'll
We're running
pull out
late.
a second pepper and offer it to Rhea.
Oh, will she stick her toe over? Ah.
And then I'll like super like look and make sure no one's watching. But I'm sneaky.
I'll also
ahead
pass
and
my knife over to you so you
Roll
can cut
perception.
This isn't the one you poisoned the other day, is it?
it. No, I have multiple knives.
I haven't rolled yet. What was it you wanted me to roll? No, I rolled a
Perception.
7.
Total.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I rolled a 4 on dice.
So as you're looking around, you do a sweep of the room and you think you're fine, but you do one more sweep of the room and you make direct eye contact with Nala.
Just Nala?
Just Nala.
To the best of your knowledge.
I'm gonna give her the most
Ah.
pleading look I can muster and start cutting the pepper. Sneakily. So
Go ahead and roll stealth.
no one else gets.
What does the monastery have against flavor?
It's about we're taking it instead of sharing it for the good of all. Like,
Yeah, you're supposed
if we
to.
had 2 peppers, we should have put them into the main pot and not just our own. Right?
I didn't know. No.
No, I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm so sorry. 11
Okay.
is my
I did
stealth.
not mean to
Well,
offend.
fortunately, Nala got like a 3 on die, so
So
you're just kind of like doing this, and she's just kind of like, "Why is Rhea looking at me
why
so
is Rhea
intensely?"
looking at me like a kicked puppy?
I'm just like, it's like that moment when you walk into a room and catch somebody masturbating.
It's not like that.
But, like,
It's not
under,
like that.
no, they're
Yes,
masturbating
third
under the
peppers.
covers.
And then they just make intense eye contact.
Oh, maidens in your savage season. You
Listen,
weebs know what I'm talking about.
If you're caught, you have to make eye contact. It's a show of dominance at that point.
Yeah, it's important.
If they continue to maintain eye contact, you would just invite them.
Moving on, please.
All right.
Oh
Ooh.
Yeah, so that happens. You continue eating and making small talk and eating, and
I
then
just like am like kind of involuntarily like every once in a while just letting out like good food noises. You know, like when you're hungry and you eat good food and you're just like,
Yes.
yeah, that's me, nonstop. In
delicioso.
fact, such that I might have discovered another thing that I like. It's getting written on the character sheet, people.
Yes.
I like mangoes. I like hot peppers. Guys, we just need to make a salsa. Like, come on.
All I've learned is apparently you're like Shane before all of his friends die.
Stardew. Always
I
Stardew.
was like,
It's appropriate. I'm wearing the shirt.
Okay.
That's how it works.
As
Before you got really into beer.
as you eat, after a little while, Nala stops over by the table. Oh, Rhea, pleasant seeing you here. You're ready for our meeting later today, right?
I will stand up very formally and bow to her and say, absolutely, Nala, I simply cannot wait. By the way, have you met my good friend, Dr. Milo Atkins?
Oh, a doctor.
oh, hello. I'll stand up and like clumsily try to bow the same way. I don't know if I'll do it right, but I'll try.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a flat check.
That's how you say fuck you
A
in
what?
Monk.
Flat check, just a d20.
Okay.
Where's the sign?
16.
Yeah, that's more than enough. You
You
managed to
used the
replicate
wrong
this thing
hand.
that you've only seen once.
Okay. Yes. Nala, you said?
Yes, I'm Rhea's mentor while she's on her seeking.
It's great to meet you. Rhea has been an invaluable help to me.
Oh, wonderful. Perhaps you'd like to join us, or you'd have time to join us later today. We have a meeting, and it'd be nice to meet some of the people that she's been surrounding herself with.
Oh, of course, that'd be wonderful. I actually, she was going to show me around the monastery afterwards, so I'm happy to be included.
Well, why don't I join you?
That would be wonderful. Thank you. I'd be happy to hear of your insights.
Wonderful. I'll stop back when I've finished eating.
Of course. Thank you.
And then I'll bow again right before she like leaves and stuff, you know.
I'll sit down as she turns her back.
Yeah, she like does like a kind of weird half bow since she has a bowl of food in her.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't have to. Like, she's holding food. That's fair. Like,
Okay. So yeah, some more time passes. She takes
that was so good.
a little
she's-
while to eat. Go ahead.
She's important here, Nala? Important to you, I yes.
She's very important to me.
Okay.
She said she was my mentor for the Seeking, and technically, that's the only time she's been but I've seen her as, my mentor my whole life.
Oh, well, it's very
She's
lucky
always
you
been
got
there for me.
one that you already see as a mentor.
Yeah. It really worked out.
Hey, you're a very lucky person.
I am. This pepper makes this stew so good.
It really just adds a little bit of kick to it. It was already hearty, but now it's warm and it really fills your belly.
You see one of the people sitting next to you kind of hungrily eye your bowl of peppered porridge.
All of that confidence from liking spicy food and having a good meeting with my mentor briefly just goes out the window when I remember I broke a rule.
Do I notice the guy look over?
Yeah.
I'll offer to swap bowls. Would you like to try?
Oh, I couldn't ask.
You didn't.
Okay. Swap bowls.
And Milo will pull out a third pepper and cut it up and put it into the bowl.
How many peppers do you just keep on your person?
Yeah, is this
just
in your
those three.
inventory or?
Yeah, actually.
Pickled peppers.
I spent 3 gold for produce.
What? 3 gold? That's so many.
That's a lot.
I just figured it was like a good number of gold to have spent for produce costs.
Okay.
It's enough gold to just justify, I have this.
Also, yeah, I totally buy. He just carries them on him. My brother for a very long time just always had Tabasco on him. Always.
Hey, guys.
Sometimes you have a plain stew you need to season up. It happens. Sometimes a knife.
I'm a
Nothing you need to
doctor,
invent.
but that doesn't
Tabasco.
mean that I ignore flavor.
Okay. Anyways,
Doctor in Flavor Town.
This doctor's got property in Flavor Town.
Okay, guy.
yeah.
All right.
Lunch continues, and you notice that Nala takes longer than is probably necessary before returning over to your area, your table, your place of seating, and gathering you up and suggesting that you head out.
Yeah, I'll kind of walk behind the two of them and allow them to talk while glancing around the hallways.
Okay.
Every time we enter a new room, I want to show off how great of a steward I am of our organization. So I will tell you a lot of things about each space.
I will listen intently and retain because I have an intelligence of 18.
This is where Sir
I'm also
Gregor,
showing off for the person literally evaluating me.
This is where
Yeah.
Sir Gregor was stabbed in the thigh.
Okay.
That was this weird gray-skinned elf guy who was there. You never saw him again.
Yes, that has been a very well-guarded legend these past 7 years.
Okay. Yeah, you do the whole walk around and show them. And here's a bench. Shall you sit?
Oh, thank you.
So, Rhea, how's your time outside since last we met been?
Well, it's been really fascinating. I know I always start by saying that, but there's just so much that happens in this city. So many different people always doing so many different things. It's really crazy how it all works. But sometimes it feels like it doesn't all work.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Like there's a lot of people that don't have enough food, and there's like a lot of kids that don't have any place to go, and there's like people going missing.
Well,
And yet some people have the most fine of everything. Houses and jewelry.
yes. Alas, the world is like that sometimes. We can't do much to change the way things are. we can only try our best and hope that our efforts are reflected in those around us.
I agree. I knew you would say something like that. So I've continued my efforts of trying to just connect with the people I can in the areas that need it, informing them about how we have meals available and open to the community here. And, you know, when I see problems, trying to dive in and fix it. I've been trying to figure out what's going on with all these people who are disappearing and trying to tell the Council of 17 about it. And I finally have a meeting with one of the members.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. I have a meeting with Councilman Talisk. And it's going to be the next votive, the third votive of the lake. And I already have a few things that I already mentioned that I'm going to talk to him about. But is there anything else like that the monastery thinks that I should communicate to him?
Well,
this is a rare opportunity.
Yes, I'm sure you'll do a lovely job representing us.
Thank you. Blush intensifies.
And, Doctor...
I will, under my breath, lean over and say, "Congratulations, Rhea. I had no idea."
I said it intensified before.
It is a blush. Okay. I was like, no, you need to make an emoji that's just like Rhea blush. And then you did, though. It's just not on our Twitch channel. Anyways... And Dr. Adkins, how have you say that Rhea has been assisting your work?
Oh, well, she found a patient the other day who had a very unique condition. Because of her quick actions, she was able to bring them to me in a very quick time, and so that we could keep the patient alive and healthy. Her quick thinking and actions helped save someone's life.
Oh, I see. That's really wonderful to hear.
And afterwards, when some thugs tried to rough up at my shop, she was there to help speak for me and what was mine to defend my place of work.
Oh yes, I heard that she had been involved in something like that.
Yes. Wonderful girl, really stands up for her friends and the people that believe in her.
Well, that's good to hear. Speaking of, Rhea, can you come over here with me for a minute?
Sure. Milo, we will be right back. It would be rude for us to leave you for long. You're our guest.
Yes, it won't take long at all.
Of course. I'm just gonna stand up and start admiring stained glass windows.
Yes. Rhea, so I heard that you had a run-in with Luciv?
Yes, run-in is a very good way of describing it because running implies it went by really fast. It was a very, very brief moment that we bumped into each other. I think you walked away with some wrong impressions.
Yes, he said that you two got into a bit of a conflict.
That me and Luciv got into a conflict?
Yeah, he said that you said some things. Well, it's not very important what, but
I spoke. That we talked to each other. I definitely said things, but I don't think I implied anything wrong. He told me that he was studying that text from Catfoot, and I commented how cool of an opportunity that was because there's not very many of those. They're rare. And it sounded like he was doing really well on his way to being a lore keeper. I don't think what did he say that I said?
Oh, he just... Well, it's not very important. I'm sure it was just a brief moment of misjudgment, but, you know, we all have to work on controlling our emotions and keeping the inner peace. It is a struggle. But,
you
it sounds...
offer wise counsel, though.
Yes.
I will heed it.
it sounds like you're doing very well, and he did have good things to say about the work that you were doing to defend some of the members of the city. Apparently, you've gotten several scuffles.
Well, only because if people are doing something wrong in front of you and you just watch it happen and you do nothing.
Exactly. That's why we train ourselves, is so that we can stand up for others when they can't stand up for themselves.
Exactly.
Well, it was wonderful to meet your friend, Mr. Adkins, and I'm glad to hear that you two are doing well. Is this the person that you've been staying with? I remember you mentioned him.
Oh, no, Ymitri, I mean, I don't stay with him. We stay in the same group house and he lives across the hall. But no, Dr. Milo has a place. I think it's actually not too far from here. It's in the Alleran district, so.
Oh, okay.
So just in this neighborhood. No, actually, there is someone I've been staying with that I wanted to talk to you about. She was that patient who was, who Milo and I helped save, that we were telling you about. But I think she's in a bit of trouble, and I think that she kind of needs a place to stay where she can lay low and not really be out in the open in the city and stuff. There's some really bad people trying to attack her.
Oh, well.
And she's staying with me right now, but that's really not fair to my roommate, because if our house is unfairly targeted, it's really hard to protect two people at once.
Yes, well, I know that monastery life can be difficult to adopt to if you're not accustomed to it like you or I, but you can feel welcome to bring her by, and maybe we can see if she'll be a good fit.
That would be so wonderful. Thank you so much, Noah.
Yes, of course. Anyways, we should get back. We wouldn't want to leave your friend waiting.
No, not at all.
Okay, you return to Milo and...
When did you say these windows were made?
Oh, they were made in 953.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, they're
Such
quite old.
marvelous craftsmanship.
Yes, we actually had one of the Koraheim elves was visiting Aquila, and it was quite the event, and he helped make these much of the glasswork that you see here. They're very talented.
They are. That's absolutely fantastic.
I'll walk over and look meaningfully at my favorite one, which just depicts like a ship caught on a giant wave.
Yep. Is the wave in the shape of a fist?
No, it's not. It's just that'd be cool. A bit too on the nose, though.
Yeah.
As soon as you said it, I was like, oh.
No, it's just like an ocean scene with a ship.
Oh.
Okay.
Tumultuous.
Anyways, that all happens. Anyways, it's been lovely catching up with you, Rhea. And same time next week?
Always. And then I will bow my most gracefully and formally yet so far today.
And it was very pleasant meeting you, Dr. Adkins. Please feel free to stop by the monastery anytime. We have plenty of uses for a man like yourself.
I would be glad to, thank you. And I'll go ahead and try to imitate the bow once again.
Go ahead and
as
roll
respectfully
a
as I
flat check
can.
with a +2, since you've done it before.
That is a 14.
Yeah, you managed to reproduce it again. And then she just kind of gives like a, much less respectful but still present bow. And you all part ways, returning us once again to not focusing on anyone in particular. So there is nothing on the schedule for today.
Oh. But there is.
Oh, we did say that Pyotr was gonna show up by Ymitri's place, and that the three of them, Ymitri, Rhea, and Pyotr, were gonna go back to Madame Zulstra's house
With
Okay.
Sarah.
with Sarah.
I frozen?
Nope.
Nope. Never mind.
Were for a split second.
Okay. So you all collect yourselves together and set out towards the Mugra district, where you once again encounter the slow rise in density of dusty children until you finally once again find yourselves at Madame Zilstra's home for wayward youths.
Cool. I held Rhea's hand while I was walking there.
Aww. That's first base.
That was non-consensual hand-holding.
No, I just
No, I do not approve.
I'm just
Anyway.
like all flustered because like you can see it. And I'm
So-
like, is this weird? I don't know.
These people, as I was saying, they don't really get much attention, Rhea, so I figured, you like to help people a lot, so you could always find something to do or someone that could need just some lifting up around this area, around the orphanage and, the whole neighborhood, really.
Yeah, we get there from the outside. Can I just look at it and see like, oh, what immediately do I think I could help with fixing?
Yes.
Everything.
Also,
Yeah, there's
Ymitri, you said earlier that you return on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you approach, a young female child comes up and says, Mitri, you're back!
Oh, hey, Brittany. Hey, is Miss Zilly inside?
Yeah, she's busy though. She's trying to mop up after after Billy made sick all over the floor.
Well, I can help her with that. I don't think she's that bit too busy to not talk to me. Hey, could you do me a favor, Brittany, and tell the other kids to just leave Miss Zilly alone for just like half an hour, then because she has important visitors. And afterwards, I'll come talk to all of you.
Hey everyone, let's go play kickball out in the back. She just runs off, grabs like this really sad, like beat up, hole-ridden ball with just like rips everywhere.
Oh, you kicked those so far.
She's a nice one. I think her parents just like left her here when she was 2 and left town or something.
She's sharp too.
Okay, what'd you get for your perception check, Rhea?
14.
That will net you 14 is good enough
Broken door.
Yeah, like where should I start though? There is the door that was about to fall off its hinges that I mentioned earlier.
Probably the massive amount of weeds everywhere.
I'd say
There's
structural damage is gonna be most important to look at first.
yeah,
Was that wall you mentioned
That's
inside or outside?
That was outside when I was. Broken door.
I meant the broken wall that that Ian mentioned.
It was inside.
that was taken care of. Or no, that wasn't. That was what she was using to. Yeah. Okay. No. Never mind. I was thinking the hole in the roof from like way back when.
But while we're here, I wanted to introduce you to Madame Zilstra. She's the headmistress here.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like raised me and Sarah, Satina, and Brandon. She's older these days, but I'm pretty sure she still runs the place on her own. But she is inside, so when you're done taking the outside in, come on.
All right, I'll like kind of like squeeze your hand and like step forward to indicate we
Cool.
can come in now. I'm done looking at the decrepit condition of your childhood home.
Take 3 of us inside.
Plus Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
And Sarah.
Hey,
Very
Miss Silly, I'm back. And I've got a couple of friends.
Good. Just come into the back room with me.
Okay.
Ambush.
Yeah. You all kind of like head over to aforementioned back room, and you kind of have to like pack yourselves in. It's like this like clown car situation where you have 4 of you just kind of awkwardly standing in this bunch.
Pyotr will stand outside by the door. Like
Okay.
he'll close the door and lean against it
Okay.
to stop having such a ridiculous clown car. But he can hear what's going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, Miss Silly,
Oh,
That-
Ymitri,
there's,
you're old enough to
Pyotr,
call me by
Zylstra
now.
right. Anyway, this is Sarah. I know it's difficult to recognize her, but
Oh,
um,
let me look at you. Oh dear, what happened to you? Well, she gestures for one of you to explain.
well, it's kind of something that's been going on with this like bad group of people. And before I continue, this is Rhea, my friend. And that's when I'll forget that I was holding her hand the whole time, and I'll let go and be like, my friend.
This is Rhea.
You found yourself a lady?
Well, I mean,
Do I get the connotation here?
no,
Roll
well, a
perception.
lady. Yeah, she is a lady, but
Oh, you don't have to
Anyway,
hide it
snickering
from me,
from outside the door.
Ymitri. I know how these things go.
13.
You're unsure, but like
I
you
think she might be getting at it.
You think.
You
This
definitely heard the
firecracker.
snickering.
anyway, there's this group of people. I think they call themselves the Twisted Fang, and we're trying to kind of stop their efforts. And they've been like convincing people, and I think they might be talking to some of the kids that even go here, because they're just telling them that they'll have lives of riches and things and have no troubles. And it sounds good. I kind of heard what they were offering, but then they turn out like this, and this happens. And Sarah wanted to run, and they tried to kill her. And we don't know exactly where she can stay. I think Pyotr wanted to talk to you about that, but I think Rhea also had a plan.
Oh?
Well, it's nice to have options. But the monastery store is always open.
But I introduced
It's
you
not for
Rhea
everyone.
because she likes to help people, and I wanted to know if
Oh, yes. What can I help you with? It looks like
Oh,
you could really benefit from.
dear, let
just
me
an
get
extra
out
set of
my
hands.
list. She goes in her drawer and then just pulls out like this
Get me the
super
list.
long to-do list. She just like keeps on unfurling it onto the thing. It's apparently just like everything that she's ever needed to do because there's a bunch of stuff crossed off on it.
Okay. Yeah.
But eventually she reaches the end and she's like, well, let's see, we need, the door needs to be replaced, and we lost our cook, so it's just me. We are also running short on food, and we have the large pot gained a crack in it the other day that's been causing a leak, and it causes a mess all over the floor. So the floor is also sticky. And let's see. Jor-El has been having nightmares, so if that can have anything done about it, it's keeping all the other children up. And she just keeps on listing stuff off for as long as you will let her talk.
All right. Do you have any of that written down somewhere else, Madam Zylstra? Or-
Oh, it's all up here.
Okay. Well, how about this? Maybe on my next day off, which is actually tomorrow, we could come here in the morning and we could maybe look into helping you get the door fixed.
Okay, that would be
I know
very
some
nice. I
bits of
appreciate
craft and-
it.
Ray is strong. Yeah, we could probably figure it out together.
Oh, yes, you do seem to be a very capable woman.
Thank you. And you wouldn't know.
Thanks. You did say would, not wouldn't, right?
Yeah. No, I'm saying, like, obviously she can identify one because she herself is one.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you weren't like throwing shade or something.
You said to cross the line a little bit.
Evil Rhea, dark Rhea.
Eats one pepper, starts insulting people.
Eats one pepper, gets spicy.
Spin fire everywhere.
Yes.
Then 2 sessions from now, Rhea is just like, kicking over small children in the street, zapping puppies, and...
No, that's Lysta.
She punted.
Well, no, she's taking lessons from Lysta.
I don't zap puppies, just children.
Well, yeah, that's why
Yeah,
puppies
in
are Rhea's
16
thing.
episodes.
Okay, jokes aside, I don't hurt puppies.
Okay.
Pyotr's gonna kind of like open the door and kind of just trying to sidle his way into the room.
I will step to get out of your way to be respectful and like just be suddenly like way closer to Ymitri and then realize how close I am and then that's awkward too and now I'm feeling flustered.
You're welcome.
Oh no, it's okay. You can stand there if you want.
Possibly more serious than the fish parts. Sarah, why don't you explain what happened when you tried to leave the Fang?
Well, it's kind of not really something I like to talk about, but they threatened me when I tried to leave. I had gotten too far in and they didn't want anybody discovering their plans, so, well, they made it very clear that I wouldn't be safe if I left.
And if I
Go ahead and roll perception.
All of us?
Yeah, everybody in the room.
14.
Ew. 9.
May I borrow this one again?
So you can find out she's lying.
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Okay. Yeah.
What does Sarah roll?
Oh, she
Might be
rolled
the
like a
one
6.
rolling on. So, not only did they threaten you, they actively tried to kill you, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they had these strange beasts that I hadn't seen before, and it was awful. They just started tearing into me, and it's only because of Ymitri and Pyotr and Rhea here that I managed to make it out alive. Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry, dear. I wouldn't ever have done... Well, I'm so sorry.
Well, I will confess I did not know that the monastery was accepting applicants, so I think that would be one place you might wish to give your graduates as an option. Otherwise, as I said, I
Oh, they would not
am working
get...
on an alternative.
They would
One
not
which
get
they would be
along
free to
well
walk
there.
away from without having... without dying.
Yes, I would appreciate if you look further into what you were talking about earlier. The children here, they would not do well in an environment as rigid as the monastery.
Our discipline is our strength, I repeat, because it has been pounded into me.
Yes, dear, but the children here, they get their strength more from their character and from each other.
I glance softly to Ymitri and say, I can see that.
Aww.
We're not gonna make it to 60.
Shut up.
Maybe the end of 6.
Pyotr will avert his eyes and try not to gag.
Oh, such a cute couple.
Come on, Miss Silly. I mean, Madam Zylstra. But until Pyotr's able to come up with that long-term solution, do you think you might be able to house people here for some time if they're not, able to stay at the monastery?
Well, some of the children, I'm not sure that I trust them to, to behave appropriately around strangers, but I can try and make sure that they're on their best behavior.
I can talk to them myself. Like, a couple of them know me. The older ones. I can give them a talking to if Sarah stays here. So they kind of give her space. You still have that guest room, right? Like, she wouldn't have to stay, like, with the kids, would she?
Yes, we do have that guest room. I don't think we could accommodate any more, but I suppose that she can stay there.
Yeah, just her for, I don't know, a week or so. Until we put something together, because right now we're kind of packed into one place, and it just makes me uncomfortable.
Yes. Anyways, you sure you're fine with that, Sarah? I know that the boys especially can get a little rowdy. Yeah, that should be fine.
Right. Well, Sarah, I can go back and get your things for you if you wanted to just stay here. In the meantime, I didn't really have anything else planned tonight. It's a bit too late to kind of go on with the first thing I wanted to talk about, Rhea. Which, go stalk on that guy, but...
I immediately looked to Madame Zilstra to see if she reacts to learn that we had plans to go stalk someone later.
She just kind of,
I'll talk
doesn't
really.
She's like, no, I've heard this all before. It's fine.
Yeah.
This is a very different environment than my home.
Okay, go off and do your stalking, whatever it is that the kids are up to these days.
Well, it's not kids. It's stuff that... It has to do with that Twisted Fang stuff.
Oh, you're all still kids to me. Get to my age, you'll understand.
Right. I don't think I'll ever get your age, madam. But...
We're so sad.
I mean...
That has layers, man. That has
not
layers.
Not with the way that you are living now, no.
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Rhea just realizes that people have lifespans. That can get shorter if you live riskily, though.
Anyway, I'll be back probably tomorrow morning with Sarah's stuff. I'll probably bring some snacks with me like I normally do. I'm sorry I didn't bring anything this time. I kind of brought people instead.
Oh, people snacks.
Yes, that is all right. You'll be here next week on the votive?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
Shoot, I have an idea, but I don't know if I should. Yeah, sure, screw it. Hey, Rhea.
Yeah.
As we leave.
Yeah, Pyotr?
Do you want to give the kids a show? You guys spar in the monastery, right?
Yes.
You and me. For the kids. Show.
What? Okay.
Michi's eyebrow raises.
Okay.
Yikes.
It is getting late, so this is gonna have to wait for next episode when...
Oh, I wasn't actually thinking like a rollout fight. I was thinking like a descriptive cinematic thing.
Okay. Cool.
Unless you want to roll out a fight, but that...
I don't roll out a fight.
Oh boy.
If it becomes a combat and I have to roll, I'll roll like 5 more nat 1s and another nat 2.
And then you'll roll a nat 20 and crack Pyotr's
Well,
neck off his
I'll
head.
get Brittany and the other kids to cheer for you.
There you go. I rolled your 2 for you.
Thank you, Marie. You are a noble spirit warrior.
It's going to be the exact opposite. Instead of rolling bad, she's going to roll really well, and Pyotr's going to die.
I feel like it might just be your dice tray hates you, because I just rolled this on mine and I got a 19. So
Dice tray are gonna be dead to me forever.
It's all about building up a rapport with the dice you want to use for that character.
Okay. Go ahead.
So go ahead and say what we do. I'm going to kind of just slip into the title stance and kind of go through a little bit of a form, right? So I'm just doing a lot of punches, quick foot movements, shifting my weight back and forth to mimic waves. Probably ending with some sort of jumpy spinny kick because that looks cool and this is all about the flash. And then I'll do like one of those like ending and then like to Pyotr.
Pyotr's just gonna drop into a pretty clumsy by your eye stance, but he's gonna kind of like do the Bruce Lee split the nose thing.
All right. Well, that will not be born. So I will make the first attack.
And as you go toward, he picks a handful of sand off the ground and throws it in your eyes.
That's
And
so uncool.
where we pick up last time or next time?
It's 18.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's pick up here next time when we actually get to the thing that I named this episode after.
What's the episode called again?
In this episode and probably next episode
Is part 2.
was called Interloper, because you guys are
Call
going to
this
be
one interlude.
yeah.
It's already,
I'll
it's
come up
already
with I'll come up with a good name. I already acknowledged that I'd probably be switching out the Twitch name every once in a while when we didn't hit all my plans. But
Interluder.
yeah, join us next time when we go do the ritual, when Pyotr and Rhea have a fight, when Zylstra makes more comments about Ymitri and Rhea's relationship, and
When Lysta tries to move.
yeah, Lysta tries to get away from the man who threatened to kill
God,
her.
I can't wait to watch that scene unravel. Like, legitimately, can we bring popcorn? No, we can't. It's too crunchy in the microphones.
Yep. Anyways, yeah,
Make it
see you
all
next
fun.
time.
Yeah,
Stay saucy.